Imagine you're sitting at your kitchen table, sunlight streaming through the window, a bowl of mixed nuts in front of you. You reach for a handful, thinking you're making a smart choice. After all, nuts are healthy, right? They're packed with good fats, protein, and nutrients that sound like they should keep you strong and sharp as you embrace your golden years. But here's a secret I learned the hard way. Not every nut in that bowl is your friend. Some might be quietly working against you, raising your blood sugar, stressing your liver, or even clashing with your medications. I used to think all nuts were the same, but one bite of the wrong kind can change everything. Welcome to Serene Senior Life, where we're all about helping you make choices that keep you vibrant, independent, and full of energy. I'm so thrilled you're here today because we're diving into something that seems simple but could transform how you think about your snacks. We're going to explore the world of nuts, not just any nuts, but the ones that truly support your health as you age, and the ones you might want to push to the side. This isn't about giving up the foods you love. It's about picking the ones that love you back. The ones that protect your heart, keep your mind sharp, and help your bones stay sturdy. A 20-year study from the Journal of the American College of Cardiology stopped me in my tracks when I read it. It showed that choosing the wrong nuts could increase your risk of liver damage by 48%. That's a big deal. But the flip side? The right nuts can work wonders. Crossing the blood-brain barrier to boost your memory, delivering minerals to strengthen your bones, and keeping your arteries flexible for a healthy heart. I know what you're probably thinking. Aren't all nuts good for you? They're natural, wholesome foods. I thought the same thing until I started digging deeper. Most seniors, like you and me, grab nuts thinking they're a smarter choice than processed snacks. And that instinct is spot on, but the truth is more complicated. Some nuts can stir up inflammation, mess with your blood sugar, or even make your medications less effective. That's especially important when you're managing things like blood pressure, cholesterol, or thyroid issues. But the good news is, the right nuts are like little superheroes, packed with compounds that fight aging and support your body in ways you might not even realize. Let's make this fun and practical. I'm going to walk you through the 4 nuts that deserve a starring role in your kitchen and the 4 you should probably keep at arm's length. This is about making every bite count, especially as our bodies change with age. Every choice we make, from the snacks we grab to the meals we plan, matters a little more when we're working to stay active and independent. If you're ready to learn which nuts are your allies and which ones might be holding you back, type nutsmart in the comments below. It's our little way of saying we're in this together. Ready to take charge of our health? Let's start with a nut that's like a Swiss Army knife for your body: almonds. A small handful, about an ounce, gives you 97 milligrams of calcium, roughly the same as a quarter cup of milk. That's huge if you're worried about thinning bones or want to stay strong for your morning walks. But it's not just calcium that makes almonds special. They've got magnesium, which helps your body use that calcium to build bone strength instead of letting it clog your arteries. The National Osteoporosis Foundation says almonds are a powerhouse for skeletal health, and I can see why. What really sets almonds apart, though, is their antioxidant punch. Those brown skins are loaded with flavonoids that team up with vitamin E to create a shield against the kind of cellular damage that can lead to memory issues or a weaker immune system. I love knowing that something as simple as a handful of almonds is working to keep my cells young and my defenses strong. And for your heart? They've got about 9 grams of monounsaturated fats per ounce, the kind that lowers bad cholesterol while keeping the good stuff high. That means better blood flow and a heart that's ready to keep up with your active life. Plus, with 3.5 grams of fiber, they're great for digestion and cholesterol control. I keep a jar of almonds on my counter, and I make sure to eat them with the skins on to get all those benefits. It's like giving my body a little gift every day. Now, let's talk about another nut that's become my go-to for brain health: walnuts. They look like tiny brains, don't they? And it's no coincidence. They're incredible for your mind. An ounce of walnuts gives you 2.5 grams of alpha-linolenic acid, a type of omega-3 fatty acid that keeps your brain cells flexible and supports clear thinking. Research from Tufts University shows walnuts can help seniors like us stay sharp, whether it's solving a crossword puzzle or remembering where we parked the car. The polyphenol in walnuts are special because they can cross the blood-brain barrier, fighting inflammation right where it matters most. That's huge for protecting against things like Alzheimer's or age-related memory decline. I've noticed that on days when I eat walnuts, I feel a little more focused, like I can keep up with conversations or tackle a project with ease. Walnuts also have a touch of melatonin, the hormone that helps you sleep. If you've been struggling to catch those Z's at night, a small serving of walnuts in the afternoon might help. I love adding them to my morning oatmeal or yogurt. It's like starting my day with a brain boost. And that melatonin gives me a little extra help winding down at night, which makes everything else feel easier. I want you to feel that same boost, so if you're finding this helpful, tap that like button. It's a small way to help more seniors discover this information, and trust me, it's knowledge that can make a real difference. Let's keep this journey going, because we've got more nuts to explore that can help you live your best life. As we continue our chat, I'm excited to introduce you to another nut that's small but mighty, pistachios. These little green gems might not look like much, but they're packed with benefits that can make a big difference as we age. A 1-ounce serving has about 160 calories, which is pretty reasonable. And it's got a perfect mix of protein, healthy fats, and antioxidants. What I love most about pistachios is their potassium, 285 milligrams per ounce. That's a game changer if you're watching your blood pressure, because potassium helps balance out the sodium in things like canned soups or restaurant meals. The American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that eating pistachios can lower systolic blood pressure, the top number in your reading, which is so important for keeping your heart happy. Pistachios are also great for keeping your blood sugar steady. They've got a low glycemic index, and their blend of protein, fiber, and healthy fats slows down how fast carbs hit your bloodstream. That means no big energy crashes after meals, which is a lifesaver if you're managing diabetes or insulin resistance. I've been paying more attention to my blood sugar lately, and pistachios have become my go-to snack when I want something satisfying without the spikes. They're also doing wonders for my eyes, thanks to lutein and zeaxanthin, two compounds that protect the macula, the part of your eye that keeps your vision sharp. I love knowing that every handful is helping me enjoy the sunset or read my favorite books a little longer. And there's even some research suggesting these compounds might support mental clarity, so pistachios are pulling double duty for my brain and my eyes. Now, let's talk about a nut that's a bit like a secret weapon, Brazil nuts. These aren't your everyday snack. They're more like a natural supplement wrapped in a shell. Just one large Brazil nut gives you about 96 micrograms of selenium, which is more than the daily recommended amount for most of us. Selenium is a trace mineral that does some serious work, supporting your thyroid, boosting your immune system, and protecting your brain from oxidative stress. If you've ever felt low on energy or struggled with focus, low selenium might be part of the problem. Studies suggest it can help with clearer thinking and better memory as we age, which is something I'm all about these days. But here's the catch with Brazil nuts. You've got to be careful. They're so potent that 1 a day is usually enough, 2 at the most. I made the mistake of eating a few too many once and felt off for days. Too much selenium can cause fatigue, stomach issues, or even hair loss, so I stick to my 1 a day rule. I keep a small jar with just a few Brazil nuts, and I pop one with breakfast so I don't forget. If you're on medications, especially for thyroid issues, blood pressure, or cholesterol, check with your doctor before making Brazil nuts a regular thing. They're powerful, but they need to fit into your health plan. I love how something so small can make such a big difference. And I'm excited to share how we can make these nuts work for us in a practical way as we move forward. Now that we've got our 4 superstar nuts, almonds, walnuts, pistachios, and Brazil nuts, it's time to talk about the ones that might not be doing you any favors. This part is just as important, because avoiding the wrong nuts can be as powerful as choosing the right ones. Let's start with peanuts. I know they're a favorite for so many of us. Peanut butter sandwiches, trail mix, you name it. But here's something I didn't realize for years. Peanuts aren't true tree nuts. They're legumes that grow underground, which makes them prone to mold that produces aflatoxins. These toxins can damage your liver over time, and as seniors, our livers might not be as resilient as they once were. The American Liver Foundation says even low-level exposure to aflatoxins can cause problems, especially if your detox systems are weaker. Peanuts are also high in omega-6 fatty acids, which aren't bad on their own, but most of us get too much of them from processed foods. When omega-6 outweighs omega-3, it can fuel inflammation, which is linked to arthritis, heart disease, and cognitive decline. I still enjoy peanut butter every now and then, but I keep it as a treat, not a daily staple. I choose brands that test for aflatoxins and pair it with something like a banana to balance things out. It's all about moderation, and knowing the risks helps me make smarter choices. Next up are cashews. They're creamy and delicious, but they've got a sneaky side. An ounce has about 9 grams of carbs with only 1 gram of fiber, which means they can spike your blood sugar faster than other nuts. If you're managing prediabetes or diabetes, that's something to watch. Cashews also have oxalates, which can bind with calcium in your gut and increase your risk of kidney stones. I've had a scare with kidney stones before, so I'm extra careful. I still use cashews in a stir-fry or as an occasional treat, but they're not in my daily mix. It's about knowing what my body needs and keeping those risks in check. Then there's macadamia nuts. They feel so luxurious, but they're a bit of a calorie bomb. Just 10 to 12 nuts can hit you with 200 calories, mostly from fat, with hardly any protein or fiber to keep you full. They're also higher in saturated fat than most nuts, about 3 to 4 grams per ounce, which can raise LDL cholesterol and stress your heart, especially if you're already managing cardiovascular issues. For me, macadamias are a special occasion nut, maybe for a holiday recipe, but I don't keep them around daily. They can also be tough on your gallbladder, which is something to think about if you've had gallstones or digestive issues after fatty meals. Finally, let's talk about pine nuts. These little guys show up in fancy recipes, but they come with some unique risks. There's something called pine mouth syndrome, where a day or two after eating them, you get a metallic or bitter taste that can last for weeks. It's not dangerous, but it can mess with your appetite, which is a problem if you're already struggling to eat enough. More seriously, pine nuts can interact with medications like blood pressure drugs or statins, and those interactions aren't always well documented. Plus, their small size and slippery texture make them an aspiration hazard, easy to choke on or inhale, especially if you have dry mouth or swallowing issues from medications. That can lead to aspiration pneumonia, which is serious for seniors. I skip pine nuts altogether. There are just too many better options out there. Let's bring this all together. Because knowing which nuts to choose and which to limit is only half the story. It's about putting that knowledge into action to live your best, most vibrant life. At Serene Senior Life, we're all about helping you thrive, whether that's chasing after grandkids, enjoying a morning walk, or just feeling good in your own skin. Almonds, walnuts, pistachios, and Brazil nuts are like your personal health team. Almonds are building your bones and keeping your heart strong, so you can stay active. Walnuts are giving your brain a daily hug, helping you stay sharp for the moments that matter. Pistachios are balancing your blood pressure and protecting your eyes, so you can keep enjoying the world around you. And that one Brazil nut is a tiny boost for your thyroid and immune system, keeping you energized and resilient. Here's how I make it work in my kitchen. Every Sunday, I do a little ritual I call my nut audit. I fill a small ramekin with almonds, walnuts, pistachios, and one Brazil nut for each day of the week. I never eat straight from the bag. It's too easy to overdo it. The nuts I limit, like peanuts, cashews, macadamias, and pine nuts, go in a separate treat jar on a high shelf, so they're not tempting me every day. I keep walnuts and Brazil nuts in the fridge to prevent their healthy fats from going rancid, which can turn their benefits into something harmful. The American Heart Association says seniors who stick to structured nutritional plans like this see better heart health, steadier blood sugar, and sharper thinking compared to those who just grab whatever's handy. If you're on medications for blood pressure, diabetes, or thyroid issues, talk to your doctor about your nut choices. Some nuts can enhance or interfere with your prescriptions, and your doctor can help you make sure everything works together. But nuts are just one piece of the puzzle. Pair them with a diet full of vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains, and keep an eye on how you feel, your energy, your sleep, your mental clarity. Those are your body's way of saying you're on the right track. I also make sure to check my blood pressure, blood sugar, and cholesterol regularly. Those numbers show me how my choices are paying off, and they give me the confidence to keep going. Every snack you choose is a chance to invest in yourself. You've worked hard to get to this point, and you deserve to feel strong, clear-headed, and full of life. Nuts might seem small, but they're a reminder that little choices add up. You now know which ones lift you up and which ones to limit, so you can make decisions that support the vibrant, independent life you deserve. If today's tips have inspired you, type yes in the comments. It's a little way to let me know you're feeling empowered. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, so you never miss our next guide on living your best life. Share this with your kids, grandkids, or neighbors, anyone who wants to make smart choices as they age. Your recommendation could be the spark they need to build a healthier future. Thank you for joining me at Serene Senior Life. Stay informed, stay prepared, and let's keep building a life full of health and happiness together. Disclaimer: this information is for educational purposes only and should not replace personalized medical advice from your healthcare provider, who knows your unique health needs.